Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Raythert Stadium. I'm Jackson Schneider as we are on the scene for another edition of Mid-Plains League Baseball. Tonight, the Junction City Brigade play host to the Kansas City Monarchs. It should be a very entertaining baseball game as the Brigade come into this one just a half a game out of first place in the Mid-Plains League. It's going to be a pretty big crowd here as we see some youth baseball organizations shuffling in the doors right now. Beautiful evening for baseball here in Junction City, Kansas, as it has been just a gorgeous day here in the Flint Hills, and we are ready for some more baseball. We'll be back in just a moment as the coaches exchange lineups with starting lineups in just a moment. You're watching Junction City Brigade Baseball on jcpost.com.
The Jackson City Brigade. First, we'll have everybody line up for the names to land.
Junction City Brigade and the Kansas City Monarchs squaring off here this evening in yet another edition of Mid-Plains League Baseball. Tonight, Junction City enters with a record of 17-8 overall. They are in the number 2 slot in the Mid-Plains League standings entering tonight's contest, just a half a game behind the 17-7 Midwest A's. The Kansas City Monarchs have played 9 contests in the Mid-Plains League this season. They are 4-5 overall. Starting lineups tonight, first for the visiting Kansas City Monarchs. Leading off and playing center field, number 4, Morgan Johan. Batting second, the shortstop, number 27, Alex Lahaski. Batting third at second base, number 7, Fernando Esquivel. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, number 23, Cam Messerschmitt. Batting fifth at third base, Ryan McDill. Batting sixth in right field, number 13, Danny Holmes. Batting seventh and catching, number 33, Mark Burchard.
Jackson City Brigade.
Batting eighth in left field, number 15, Timmy Walker. And rounding out the Monarchs lineup is number 34, Conrad Woolsey. He is the designated hitter here tonight. So again, it is Johan, Lahaski, Esquivel, Messerschmitt, McDill, Holmes, Burcherd, Walker, and Woolsey for the Brigade, or for the Monarchs, excuse me. For the Brigade, Junction City will have the shortstop, number 7, Cade Graff, lead off the lineup. Batting second in center field, number 13, Thomas Wagner. Batting third at third base, number 14, Price Allman. Batting fourth in right field, number 22, Garrett Redden. Batting fifth in left field, number 18, Jace Essig. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 36, Jackson Jones. Batting seventh and catching, number 8, Grant Howard. Batting eighth at second base, number 16, Dylan Orries. And batting ninth, the first baseman, number 2, Jace Stewart. So for the Brigade one more time, it is Graff, Wagner, Allman, Redden, Essig, Jones, Howard, Worries, and Stewart. The starting pitcher for the Junction City Brigade tonight is Carl Aikman. Aikman comes to the Brigade by way of Cloud County Community College. He's a native of Topeka, Kansas. The starting pitcher for the Kansas City Monarchs will be, as I shuffle to the page, number 32, Jonathan Kreisa. Jonathan Kreisa is the pitcher tonight for the Kansas City Monarchs. Brigade have taken the field as Morgan Johan approaches the batter's box. We are ready for action here at Raythert Stadium in Junction City.
Leading off for Kansas City, number 4, Morgan Johan.
So Johan does a little bit of landscaping in the batter's box, and we are ready to go. First pitch from Aikman, the right-handed delivery is right down the pipe, taken for strike one. Tonight the Brigade with the orange caps with the black brim and the black JC on the front. Black jerseys with orange lettering and a line shot over to third base, right at the heart of Price Allman, but he lets it slip into his glove, and that is out number 1. That brings up Alex Lahaski. Brigade with gray pants tonight, black shirts with the orange lettering. The Kansas City Monarchs with some of the more unique uniforms we've seen this season. As Lahaski is first pitch swinging, and it is a slow ground ball over to Worries at second base, and there are 2 gone quickly. So Fernando Esquivel will approach the plate now, sporting the red jerseys with the powder blue logo and numbering, and the powder blue pants as well. Last time out, the Monarchs were defeated by the Midwest A's, the first place team in the Mid-Plains League, as the first pitch from Aikman is high and tight. Kansas City led 8-2 after 5 innings the other night, but Midwest scored 6 runs in the top of the 9th inning to come from behind and win. Esquivel laces one over to the left side, and it skips off of the heel of the glove of Price Allman. That'll be a 2-out single, the first of the game.
Now hitting number 23, Cam Messerschmitt.
That brings up the cleanup hitter, Cam Messerschmitt. He plays first base, and Messerschmitt 1 for 2 with a home run and 3 RBIs against the Midwest A's 5 days ago. He's first pitch swinging as well. popped up over to second base, and the side is retired. So no runs on one hit, no errors, a man left on base. We've played a half an inning. It's Kansas City nothing, and the Brigade are coming up. Back in a moment on jcpost.com. Back for the bottom of inning number 1. Scoreless here early as Cade Graff will lead off the inning for Junction City. Out on the rubber is Jordan Kreisa. The first pitch is swung on and missed. Second pitch, that one's going to just miss. Cade Graff has been hitting the ball very, very well. He hit a walk-off for the Brigade in our last broadcast, a base hit down the left field line that helped the Brigade defeat the Lawrence Travelers in the bottom of the 9th inning. He currently leads the Mid-Plains League in quality at-bats. And that is certainly a quality that you would like in your leadoff hitter as he takes a ball outside and the count goes to 3-1. 3-1 pitch, down low, ball for a leadoff walk. Not how Jonathan Kreisa wanted to start out this outing.
Now hitting number 13, Thomas Beiswagner.
Thomas Beiswagner up next. And he's going to take a swing at the first pitch and fly it towards right center. Ranging over and pulling it in is Johan for a long out number 1. That'll go F8 in your scorebook if you're keeping track at home. That brings up Price Allman. This Junction City team fell down 5-0 on Saturday night against the Baldwin City Blues in just the top of the first inning, but after that, Junction City scored 4 runs in the second, 2 in the third, and 5 in the fourth to eventually win running away 17-7. Ball 2 misses, and it is 2-0. Kreisa didn't like that one. He was lobbying for a strike call, but the home plate umpire says it was just a little bit low. Check toss over towards first base. Back in plenty of time is Cade Graff, and he'll get back to his lead as Kreisa looks into the glove. The 2-0 pitch fouled out of play to the right side. Makes it 2-1. Junction City going to try and get on this Monarchs team early, but they might have a problem here as a ground ball to second is tossed to short for one, but the throw on to first just a touch late, so the inning-ending double play is avoided, but Graff is wiped off the base paths on the fielder's choice.
Garrett Redden.
That brings up Garrett Redden with 2 outs now, and after the leadoff walk, now just a runner on first and 2 down. Much more manageable for the Monarchs here as the first pitch is off the handles, fouled straight back. Redden was on that one, just a little bit inside. It's a tough pitch to really get around on and get the barrel of the bat onto. That one a breaking ball that flies outside. Regular season winding down here in the Mid-Plains League. Just a week between now and the playoffs as Redden rips a 2-out hit down the left field line. And Allman is going to get all the way to third base. And a 2-out double for Garrett Redden. So that's the first hit of the night for Junction City. And there's 2 runners in scoring position for Jace Essig. And if there were ever a time for another 2-out hit, you've got the right guy coming to the plate. Last night, Jace Essig, or rather Saturday night I should say, 4 for 5 with a double and 3 RBIs. As he was the catalyst for the Brigade's offense against the Blues on Saturday night. Takes a swing and a miss at the first pitch there. And that'll be fouled back out of play. 0-2 quickly to Essig. Jason Emporia State Hornet by way of Paradise, Texas. He'll have to shorten up here as he takes ball 1 outside. Tried to get him to reach after it, did Kreisa. But wisely holding off is Essig. Kreisa with some fancy socks. They've got American flag patterns on them as the pitch runs inside, and the count will go even to 2-2. The Sox have the stripes on the front side, but the stars on the back side. Another one laced down the left field line. 1 run will score, make it 2. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for Jace Essig. And just like that, the Brigade strike first.
Garrett Redden scoring the play for Jackson City. Now hitting number 36, Jack Jones.
So a 2-out rally here with a double and the single. And that brings up Jackson Jones with 2 down still. And Jackson takes a big cut at the first pitch. Second one is sliced into left center field. Going first to third is Essig as the hit and run was on there. And the 2-out rally continues. And that one worked out perfectly because Essig broke towards second, bringing the shortstop to the second base bag. And the ball off the bat of Jackson Jones went right over to that hole on the left side. And now there's runners at the corners for Grant Howard here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Pitch misses low and out. Runner will go, and another one lined into center field and down for a hit. Make it 3-0 Brigade as the 2-out rally continues. 3-0 Junction City off of 4 straight hits. And Dylan Wary's up next. as it has already become a tough outing for Jonathan Kreisa. After what started to be pretty promising, he walked the leadoff hitter, but got a fly out and a potentially inning-ending double play, But beating it out just barely was Price Allman to continue the inning, and after that, 4 straight hits. And that one is sent high and deep towards left. Back to the wall, it's gone! A 3-run shot for Dylan Waries, and the Brigade have busted this one wide open. That makes it 6-0 Junction City here in the bottom of the first, and this one has gotten out of hand quick.
Next hitter, number 2, Jace Stewart.
That clears off the bases for the leadoff hitter, Jace Stewart. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Jace takes a pitch high and in. So after that 1-out fielder's choice, Allman reached on a double, a single, another single, and a home run as the pitch misses upstairs. That one is swung at and slapped high and foul. It'll get out of play over towards the Generals' quarters. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Make it 2-1 as that one is low and out. Jace Stewart tonight is the first baseman. Sort of a utility guy for the Brigade as that one misses up and in. And apparently that was ball 4 as the scoreboard read 2-1. But Stewart is heading down towards first, the second walk of the first inning, and it continues as the Brigade have now batted around.
Hitting next for Junction City will be number 7, Cade Graff.
So Cade Graff comes up, and he reached with a walk back to lead off the game for Junction City. It looks like we're having some issues here. Home plate umpire discussing something with Cade Graff. Maybe his jewelry that he's being forced to take off potentially here. Looks exactly like that is the case, and the bat boy coming to the rescue. So now, Graff will step back into the box here, and a 6-0 lead in front of him. First pitch here taken for a strike on that outside edge, framed up nicely by Burchard, the catcher. And he will go after this one and hit it high towards center, but back and pulling it in is the catcher, Johan. And the inning will end right there. So Junction City scores 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They do strand 1, but after 1, it is 6-0 JC. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the top of inning number 2 in a moment here on jcpost.com.
Now hitting number 10, Ryan McDill.
Welcome back to Raythert Stadium here in Junction City. Back for the top of the second as a towering human, Ryan McDill, steps into the box. Takes a swing and a miss at the first pitch there off of the hands of Carl Aikman. Junction City with 6 runs in the bottom of the first. As McDill floats this one out towards shallow right, ranging over is Redden, and he will haul it in for the first out of the inning. That brings up Danny Holmes, the right fielder for the Monarchs.
Now hitting Danny Holmes.
The Monarchs got 1 hit in the top of the first. Came with 2 down off the bat of Fernando Esquivel. As Holmes takes strike 1. Second pitch here is just a touch low. Evens the count at 1-1. That's going to be slapped over to the right side, but foul as it bounces over towards the chain link fence. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the right fielder. Batting from the left side of the box. And a swing and a miss on a heater low, and Holmes couldn't catch up to it. That is the second out of the inning in the first strikeout of the night for Carl Aikman.
Now hitting number 33, Mark Burchard.
That brings up Mark Burcherd, and Burchard will take a ball outside. This is one of those tricky names. I didn't have the opportunity to get some pronunciation, so if you're listening out there, if you know the batter, if I mispronounce a name, let me know. I'd love to hear it. As Burchard grounds out to third, but Allman airmails the throw, and Burchard's going to get over towards second base, so Allman frustrated with himself, as that could have ended the inning, but the E5 will continue it. So that brings up Timmy Walker, and that one I know I can pronounce correctly.
Hitting next, Timmy Walker.
But a runner in scoring position now following the error, and a chance for the Monarchs to potentially get back in this one, or at least scratch 1 or 2 across. There's a base hit here with 2 down. Would likely score Burchard. Aikman's pitch low and out for Walker, the left fielder. As I was mentioning earlier, though, pretty good crowd on hand here for some late season summer collegiate baseball. Ball 2 misses upstairs. The Brigade will begin postseason play a week from today. Unless they are able to hold strong, they'd get about another 3 days. Strike there, 2-1. The reason for that being that the top 2 teams in the Mid-Plains League receive first-round byes in the playoffs, as the 3 seed will play the 6 and the 4 the 5. But Junction City in the 2 slot right now would get a couple of extra days rest, vying for another Cowden Cup as the pitch misses high and tight. Strike delivered there, fills up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Timmy Walker, as Aikman will try and put out the fire before it gets started. And that one high and out, ball 4, so that'll be a walk first free pass of the night from Carl Aikman. It puts runners at first and second for the designated hitter Connor Woolsey. Conrad Woolsey steps in here with a chance to potentially cut the lead in half with one swing of the bat, but at this point probably just trying to start a rally. Takes a strike on the outer edge, steps out, and Woolsey shakes his head a bit. Didn't like the location of that one, but the home plate umpire gives it in favor of Aikman. And that'll be strike two inside. And Woolsey really didn't like that one. Sort of a look of shock as he now steps out even further with a deep breath and steps back in. 0-2 pitch from Aikman. And a high chopper over to Allman at third. And he corrects the error from just a moment ago and ends the inning. 5-3 in the scorebook. No runs, no hits, one error, and two men left on base. Through 1.5, it is 6-0 Junction City. Back in a moment on jcpost.com.
Armed Forces.
Junction City leads 6-0. Back here for the bottom of inning number 2, Thomas Wagner will lead it off. He's first pitch hacking, sends that one down to the right side and again into the general's quarters. A half-hearted swing, but he did go, so it'll be 0-2 to Wagner. Oh-2 delivery from Kreisa is pulled into the opposing batter's box. 1-2. Another one outside. Kreisa, as I watch more and more, has a very interesting delivery. He gets a high leg kick, and a pretty over-the-top delivery, as another one misses low and out and the count goes full. But a lot of times when you see a pitcher with a high leg kick like this, it's a very slow delivery. Here the motion is very fast, as that one is sent out towards left and into the glove of Walker. Wagner is flown out for the second time today.
Now hitting number 14, Price Allman.
So that brings up Price Allman. And Price will swing and just get a piece of that first one. Fouls it off for a strike. The 0-1 is again low and out, but as you look, if you can get a look, I know it's kind of tough from the video feed. It's a very fast motion from Kreisa as he delivers strike 2 here. Atypical of what you would usually see from a pitcher with that style of motion. 1-2 is low and out again to even it up. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to seem like I'm judging it by any means as Allman fouls it off. But it's just unique that you'll see so many different approaches, so many different motions in the sport of baseball, especially on the pitcher's mound, as that one just misses outside and the count will go full once again. The 3-2 pitch is into the glove of the diving shortstop, but the throw's not going to nearly be in time. That'll be an infield single for Price Allman.
Now batting, number 22, Garrett Redden.
So Garrett Redden will be up next. Redden started the 2-out rally back in the first with a double that brought in a run. And he will pop that one up just between first and home, and the catcher is unable to make the catch. It pops out of the glove of Burcherd, and it'll just be a strike. So that's tough for the Monarchs. Redden takes another swing at that one, and it'll get out of play once again. That one will get away, but no runner as Allman stays over at first base. He thought about it. Took a couple of hard steps towards second, but certainly thought better of it, got back to the bag, and so now it's still 1-2 with one down, and Allman at first base. Redden fouls it straight back towards us. Quite the battle here from Redden. Runner goes. Throw to second is in plenty of time. So they strike him out and they throw him out. And a double play will end the inning.
After 2 innings, Brigade leads tonight's ball game.
That will be the first strikeout of the game for Jonathan Kreisa, but that'll make it 6-0 after 2 complete. We'll take another quick break and be back with the third in a moment on jcpost.com. It'll be the leadoff hitter for Kansas City here in the top of the third, Morgan Johan. 6-0 is our score. Junction City got all 6 in the bottom of the first and all 6 with 2 outs in the inning. Carl Aikman has gotten off to a pretty good start here. Just 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout as the first pitch to Johan is low and outside. Second pitch is a 2-hopper over to second base, and Waries will easily toss it to first for out number 1. That brings up Alex Lahaski.
Number 27, Alex Lahaski.
And Lahaski 0 for 1 on the game. He grounded out to second base back in the top of the first. First delivery from Aikman. Fastball outside. As a reminder to those of you listening, this will be our last regular season broadcast with the postseason approaching. But all home postseason games for the Brigade will be broadcast live right here on jcpost.com and, of course, on our YouTube page as well. As ball 3 misses just low. And Aikman is behind. And make it a 4-pitch walk there. The second walk of the game handed out by Aikman. And he just couldn't quite locate the pitch he was looking for there. And that will bring up Fernando Esquivel. Singled to left field his first time up, the lone hit of the game for Junction City so far, or for Kansas City so far, I should say. And that one is a strike on the outer half. Esquivel probably thought that was a little bit further out than it was. And that'll be popped foul and out of play to the right side. So, no balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first and 1 down. Another swing, and that one is popped into right. Redden will jog over towards the line and make the catch. There's 2 gone. So 2
Number 23.
are down in the inning for Cam Messerschmitt. Messerschmitt popped out to second base in the first inning as Junction City looks to preserve its 6-run lead. Aikman winds and fires, and a big cut at the first pitch is fanned on. And that one in the dirt, scooped up by the catcher, Grant Howard. Junction City 6 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. And Kansas City no runs, 1 hit, no errors so far. 0-1 is upstairs, 1-1. Or makes it, 2-1. So Messerschmitt will settle back in and swing at that one. Pops it straight up, right behind home plate. And Grant Howard will move over just a few steps and make the catch to end the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. And through 2.5, Junction City with a 6-0 lead. Back in a moment from jcpost.com. 6-0 Junction City. Jace Essig will lead it off for the Brigade here in the bottom of the third, and he smashes one to left, but it'll get well foul. First pitch hack there from Jace Essig, who just keeps right on hitting. Singled and scored back in the first inning. And he'll take a strike on the outside edge there, and he's behind 0-2. So we'll have to shorten up and go after another one. His last hit came with 2 strikes. Takes one outside there as he settles back in. And another one just a touch outside as Kreisa is trying to get that outside edge, and he's hit it sparsely throughout the first 2+ now. Comes a little bit further inside that time, and Essig is just barely able to get a piece of the pitch. No Major League Baseball scores to give to you tonight as Essig singles once again over into left field. And his hot bat just continues. But as there's no scores, really, there are certainly plenty of activities in baseball. As the Major League All-Star Weekend Home Run Derby, or All-Star Week, I should say, is tonight. Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez competing in that one. Other baseball superstars like Joey Gallo, Shohei Ohtani, Pete Alonso, Matt Olson, Trey Mancini. I could go on and on. But glad you're hanging out with us tonight watching the Junction City Brigade. Runner goes. Pitch fouled off by Jackson Jones. 1 ball, 1 strike to the designated hitter this evening. And another swing. That one is sharply laced past first base, and Garrett Francis hops out of the way. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball just outside. That's a tough one to take with 2 strikes. Kreisa tried that back door. Just couldn't quite get it there. 2-2. Pitch inside, and dodging it is Jones. The count will go full. He could have easily worn that one and walked over towards first base, but instead, the count will be full. And he will take a swing at this one and pop it into shallow center. Coming in is the center fielder. He calls off Lahaski, and Johan makes the catch for the inning's first out.
Number 8, Grant Howard.
So the catcher, Grant Howard, steps up next. Grant singled and scored his first time up. Runner will go. Throw down to second is off target, and it gets into center field. Johan comes on, grabs it and throws to third. But over to third base in plenty of time ahead of the throw is Jace Essig. So that'll be a stolen base and an error. And we'll call that an E2 in the scorebook from me, as the throw was well off target to the right of second base. If it was on target, likely Essig would have been out at second, as he had plenty of heat behind the throw, did the catcher Burcherd. But it just wasn't in the spot it needed to be. So with an out now and a runner on third, Grant Howard can stretch this lead even further with a base hit or a well-hit fly ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Howard will take that one. Breaking ball inside. 1-2. And the 1-2 just misses outside, evens it up for the Pittsburgh State Gorilla, Grant Howard. He is practically the everyday catcher for this Brigade squad. Fouls another one off into the net there. Gus Freeman also does his fair share of catching for the Brigade. Kreisa gave up 6 in the first, but has since really gotten control of this one, or at least for now, as Howard fouls that one off down the left field line. Struck it well, but was out in front. And this one is struck even better. Deep towards left and over the head of the left fielder Walker. That brings in a run. And Grant Howard has himself an RBI double to make it 7-0. 7-0 Brigade, as now Grant Howard's halfway to the cycle, single and a double, both times bringing in runs. That brings up Dylan Waries, and he takes another big hack and fouls that one off down the right field line. He went deep his first time up, the 3-run shot that really busted this one open. And Kreisa makes a shifty move to work the runner Howard back towards second base. No throw delivered. And now Kreisa brings it home, and the pitch is sent into center, but Howard will get back into second base safely. 2 down. 9-hole hitter Jay Stewart up next. Walked his first time up.
Hitting next, number 2, Jackson Schneider.
Other games in the Mid-Plains League tonight. Baldwin City is on the road at Belton, Missouri against the Midwest A's. That is a doubleheader tonight. Games at 5 and at 7. The Lord's Travelers are on the road at Sabetha taking on the Bravos. We'll get you some score updates from that one in a moment, as a pitch misses low and outside to Jay Stewart. Another one just missing off the outside edge, and it's 2-0 now to Stewart. Kreisa certainly doesn't want to walk him again. That one chopped off to the left of us. 2 balls and 1 strike. Shadows are starting to creep off across the infield here today. Those tall trees back above the stands on the left side of the field can create some very interesting obstacles for fielders, as the 2-1 breaking ball stays inside, and it's 3-1. Strike taken that time, fills up the count for Stewart. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It looked like he was taking the whole way there, having walked his first time up. Certainly would be okay with doing it again, but instead he will ground over to shortstop, and throwing on the run is Lahaski. That will end the inning. So Junction City scores 1 on 2 hits, no errors. They do leave a man on base, but through 3, Junction City leads it 7-0. We'll take another quick timeout and be back with the top of the 4th in just a second on jcpost.com. Back for the top of the 4th here in Junction City. Brigade lead it 7-0. Thanks to a 6-run first and one more there in the bottom of the 3rd. Ryan McDill will lead it off here in the 4th. Flew out to right field his first time up. Carl Aikman continues working on here on the mound. Another one fouled off. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Aikman so far has allowed just 1 hit, 2 walks and 1 strikeout. That one gets away from him a little bit, well upstairs, held off by McDill. And as I mentioned, his first time up, you wouldn't really know it unless you see him like standing next to the catcher and the home plate umpire. But Ryan McDill is a big dude. Plenty of height, very strong as he swings and misses at strike 2. And now he goes after that one and strikes out. So we'll save the rest of that discussion for his next AB, but that is the second K of the night for Carl Aikman. And it will bring up Danny Holmes, the only other Monarch hitter to strike out, at least to this point. First pitch misses out of the zone. And a strike at the knees there from Aikman. Evens it up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another one gets just a touch out, but as we bring up some scores from around the Mid-Plains League, remind you that the postseason is again coming up next week. The Brigade's home contest will be broadcast live right here on jcpost.com as another swing and a miss makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes on Danny Holmes. Florence Travelers have a 2-1 lead over the Sabetha Bravos at the top of the 3rd. As another strikeout of Holmes makes that the inning's second out. But the Travelers have the bases loaded in the top of the 3rd inning. 2 down. We'll continue to monitor that one as the Bravos are a game behind the Brigade. They're 17-10 overall, while Junction City 17-8. First pitch runs in. Did it hit the batter? Doesn't look like it. Skipped off of the glove of the catcher Grant Howard, I believe. 1 ball and no strikes. That one came running inside, but now a bit of an overcorrection as Aikman goes too far outside. The Midwest A's currently lead the Baldwin City Blues 2-0. And there's a strike delivered, 2 balls, 1 strike. But the Midwest A's have a runner on third and 2 down in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Trying to extend the lead as that one skips away from the catcher. Makes it 3-1 for Carl Aikman on Mark Burcherd. Burcherd, a 1-hopper out to shortstop. Cade Graff gloves it and throws onto first with ease. And the side is retired. For the Monarchs, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base through 3.5. It's Junction City 7, Kansas City nothing. Back in a moment on jcpost.com. Back for the bottom of the 4th here in Junction City. Brigade lead it 7-0 over the Kansas City Monarchs. It'll be the top of the order for the Brigade. Cade Graff, followed by Thomas Wagner and Price Allman. Cade Graff 0 for 1. Walked, though, in the 1st inning. His last time up, he flew out to center field, and he takes a big rip at the 0-1 pitch and falls behind 0-2. Takes another swing and pops this one up into shallow right center, but coming all the way over is the center fielder, Johan. And he does make the catch. exerted some extra energy, running an extra 50 to 100 feet to chase that one down, but the out is recorded all the same. So that brings up Ice Wagner. Thomas, 0 for 2 tonight, but has flown out both times. And this time he will ground out sharply to shortstop as Lahaski makes the play quickly. Two very quick outs for Kreisa. Well, as I mentioned in the last inning, has actually rebounded very nicely. He gave up 6 in the first, but has righted the ship here of late, giving up 1 in the last inning, but even then, that's quite the correction from giving up 6 in a frame. Bryce Allman steps up and he takes the 0-1 outside there, evens it up 1 apiece. Make that one 2-1, as it was low and outside. And that one will run in and hit the shoulder of Allman, and he will sprint down to first base. As we all know, the ultimate sign of toughness, to just shrug it off and full speed sprint down to first base. But that one may come back to haunt Kreisa as Garrett Redden will come up next. He doubled in a run back in the first inning. And he takes a monster hack at that one, but it is well out in front. Oh, 1 just does nab the edge of the outside of the plate. Makes it no balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 is fanned at by Redden. So Kreisa gives up the 2-out hit batter, but it doesn't come back to bite him. No runs on no hits, no errors. A man left on base. And through 4, we have the Brigade up 7-0 through 4 complete. We'll take another quick timeout and be back with the 5th here in just a second on jcpost.com. Top of inning number 5 here in Junction City. The Brigade with a commanding 7-0 lead here. Carl Aikman back out on the mound once again. Has allowed just 1 hit through 4 innings. It'll be Timmy Walker, Conrad Woolsey, and Morgan Johan in the 5th. As a strike taken by Walker. swing there that's just barely tipped foul. Aikman has done a fantastic job just missing barrels because this Monarchs team has some big power. In their last game, they hit 5 home runs, but a big swing and a miss there. And that's how the inning starts. The 4th K of the night from Carl Aikman. Darrell Graham, Fernando Esquivel, Danny Holmes, Ryan McDill, and Cam Messerschmitt all hit home runs for the Kansas City Monarchs on Wednesday night. And that one runs inside and nearly gets Woolsey. But the big fella just does dodge out of the way. Takes a pitch up, 2-0. So Conrad Woolsey, the designated hitter, ahead in the count. 0 for 1 on the game. Grounded out to third base back in the second inning. And here, the 2-0 will skip back to the screen. And the one complaint that you could have if you're Coach Brandon Bacher tonight, if any, is walks, as the third one of the night is handed out right there on 4 pitches. But other than that, really no sour points for Carl Aikman so far. 3 strikeouts, just 1 hit, no runs to this point. But eventually those free runners would more than likely come back to bite you. Aikman comes to the hip and delivers another ball high, so he's missed 5 straight times now. (1-0) again is upstairs, and it's 2-0. There is some stirring out in the left field corner, the Brigade Brigade bullpen, I should say. And the 2-0 does catch the outer half, and it's 2-1. But that should tell you about the pitch count for Carl tonight. It's starting to creep up there because of those walks. And another miss here makes it 3-1. One pitch here could alleviate all of this stress, but a 3-1 count is certainly not a position you want to be in. And that one will be floated to the right side, just foul by about 2 or 3 feet. It'll bring the count full. The top of the order here could represent some trouble if Aikman can't quite get out of this one. Needs an out to make it a much better situation. But certainly plenty of breathing room for this team. And there's the pitch he wanted, a ground ball to second. Throw to first, in time, an inning-ending double play, just what the doctor ordered. It goes 4-6-3, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We head now to the bottom of the 5th. Brigade lead it 7-0. We'll take another quick timeout and be back with the bottom half in a moment on jcpost.com. 7-0, Junction City leads it here this evening. It'll be Jace Essig to lead off the frame, followed by Jackson Jones and Garrett Howard. Jonathan Kreisa still on the mound for the Kansas City Monarchs. Has given up 7 runs tonight, 6 of which coming in the first inning, but in the last 3 has been much more solid. He has really been able to grab control of some batting counts, but the first pitch here is charged out to left, and it'll get over the head of the left fielder, and Walker will have to send it into second as Essig continues to swing a hot bat. He's now 3 for 3 with 2 singles and that double right there. So that brings up Jackson Jones. Junction City with bloodshot eyes has a chance to maybe put the Kansas City Monarchs on the mat here. If they can get a 10-plus run lead here in just the 5th inning, there's plenty of time to just kind of relax and take a shortened victory here tonight. But of course you don't want to let any team back into it. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jones. Runner goes, and the catcher, Burcherd, can't glove the throw cleanly, and so that'll be a stolen base for Jace Essig. It's a risky try, but he picked the right pitch. It was an off-speed pitch low, and Burcherd just couldn't quite glove it cleanly. 2-1, fouled straight back, 2-2. Next delivery, fouled straight back once more. And we stay at 2-2. Two delivery outside brings the count full. And so Jackson Jones goes the distance here. Takes ball 4 low and in the dirt. Now the Brigade have runners at the corners and no one out for Grant Howard. Grant is 2 for 2, a single and a double tonight. A couple of RBIs. Runner goes, no throw. Trying to keep the runner over at third. So now 2 in scoring position for Howard here. And a swing of the bat could add 2 on. 1-0, misses outside once again. Junction City has had control of this one from the jump. They scored 6 runs, all with 2 outs in the first inning. As Howard flies this one towards deep right. Runners will each tag and score with ease. Will Jace Essig. Productive out there. Sacrifice fly for Grant Howard. And that is the first out of the inning. Brings up Dylan Waries. And Dylan, of course, was the one that busted it open. 3-run homer in the bottom of the first inning. And he takes another strong hack here, and it's going to drop in front of the left fielder Walker and bring another run home. Second hit of the night for Waries, and he now has 4 RBIs for the game, and it's 9-0. brings up Jay Stewart. One down, and Wary's over on station one. Foul tip back to the screen there. 0-1. One and a big swing there, but well behind it is Jay Stewart, and it's 0-2. Top of the order waits in the on-deck circle from Cade Graff. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw down to second is off target, and it gets into the outfield, but scooped up by the shortstop backing up the play. So no strike him out, throw him out to end this inning, but it will be the second out.
Coming up, number 7, Jace Stewart.
Dewey Terrell, a name behind in the batting order. I'll have to give him some grief for that later on this evening. This is Cade Graff, and he flies towards right center. Center fielder tracking over, and Johan will make the catch with relative ease and end the inning. But the Brigade do add 2 more, and they lead it 9-0 after 5. We'll take another quick timeout and be back with the top of the 6th in a moment on jcpost.com. Nine 0 Junction City leads Kansas City here for the top of inning number 6. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Monarchs. Lahaski takes ball 1. And Junction City has brought in a new pitcher, Tanner Martin. Comes on to relieve Carl Aikman, who goes 5 innings tonight. Pretty solid stat line for Carl Aikman. 5 innings pitched, just 1 hit allowed, no runs, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Pretty stellar outing from the Cloud County T-Bird. Ground ball over to second base. Gloved, and a throw on the run from Waries is right on the money for the first out of the inning.
Hitting next, number 7, Fernando Esquivel.
That brings up Fernando Esquivel. Esquivel tonight, 1 for 2. He singled in the first inning, the lone hit of the day so far for the Kansas City Monarchs. Came back in that first inning. Takes a pitch high and outside, 1-0. Carl Aikman tonight with his 5 innings pitched of shutout ball, 1 hit ball at that, is in line for the victory tonight. As long as Junction City can hold this 9-0 lead, he will get the W. Pitch fouled off out of play, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch is bounced into the chest plate of Grant Howard, makes the count 2-2. Tried to get Esquivel to go after one in the dirt there, but left it about 5 feet short. 2-2 pitch is smacked into center and hit pretty deep, but back in about 2 steps in front of the center field wall is Wagner, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
Coming up next, number 20.
So a very loud second out, and it will bring up Cam Messerschmitt, the cleanup hitter and first baseman. And tonight, Messerschmitt hasn't hit it out of the infield. He's popped out to second and popped foul out to the catcher. And he sent that one right back at me. It's like he heard me. But it'll be a strike. And the 0-1 misses just a touch low. Good job of framing it from Grant Howard there in the glove, but just couldn't quite get the call from the home plate umpire. And the 1-1 is lined into left field, but right at Jace Essig to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We head to the bottom of inning number 6 here in Junction City. Brigade lead it 9-0. Junction City leading 9-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Thomas Wagner does the honors for the Brigade. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the orange and black as Wagner grounds it over to the pitcher, Jonathan Kreisa, and that'll go 1-3 for the first out of the inning.
Hitting next, number 14, Price Allman.
Brings up Price Allman, and Price has put together a pretty solid evening. He is 1 for 2 with a single. He's been hit by a pitch. He's also reached on a fielder's choice and scored, and this one is sent out to left, but right at Walker. He didn't even have to move. And there are 2 quick outs here in the 6th.
Coming up next, 22, Garrett Redden.
That brings up Garrett Redden, and Garrett, an RBI double back in the first inning, also scored, but since then has struck out twice. And he goes after the first pitch, and I believe that was a 3-pitch inning from Jonathan Kreisa as Redden lines out to second base, and the Brigade go without a whimper. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 6 complete here in Junction City. Back in a moment on jcpost.com. Top of the 7th here in Junction City. Brigade lead it 9-0 over the Kansas City Monarchs here tonight. For the Monarchs here in the top of the 7th, it'll be 5, 6, and 7. That's Ryan McDill stepping in now, followed by Danny Holmes and Mark Burchard. Strike delivered from Tanner Martin. He came on last inning and worked a stellar one. 3 up and 3 down. And he's ahead 0-2 now after that one, and he's picking up right where he left off. Tanner from Blue Springs, Missouri, pitches for the Emporia State Hornets as the 0-2 is popped into shallow center. Wagner comes in, and he will make the catch. 1 gone.
Hitting next, Danny Holmes.
So that brings up Holmes, and Holmes tonight is 0 for 2 so far. He has struck out twice. Takes a pitch low and in, ball 1. And that one will be popped up and back out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. Martin with a quick look. Now he'll wind and fire. And that one on that outside edge makes it 1-2. And now Tanner Martin is 1 pitch away from awarding Danny Holmes the Golden Sombrero. Breaking ball stays up, and it'll go 2-2. Martin fires, and that one is swung on and missed. And there it is. 3 Ks next to Danny Holmes in the book today.
Hitting next, Mark.
Tough day at the plate for him. 2 down now, top of the 7th here, 9-0 Junction City, as Mark Burcherd will step up. 0 for 2 on the night. He reached on an error back in the 2nd inning, but never advanced past second base. First pitch misses low and out. The 1-0 just does scratch itself in on the outside corner, 1-1. One delivery, just a little further outside that time. Fans on the left of me didn't like that one, but it did look just a little bit further outside than that previous pitch. So we'll give the home plate umpire the benefit of the doubt on that one. And the 2-1 is popped over towards first, pulled in by Jay Stewart, and the side is retired. That makes 14 consecutive batters retired for the Monarchs. Junction City has a 9-0 lead here heading into the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here in Junction City. Back in a moment on jcpost.com. Welcome back to Raythard Stadium. Junction City, a comfortable 9-0 lead over the Kansas City Monarchs. First pitch is swung on and missed by Jace Essig. 18 is 3 for 3 tonight. He takes another big swing there, fouls it back out of play, 0-2. He has singled twice and doubled once, and all 3 times he has come around to score. He has been the rally starter for the last several games. Breaking ball stays just upstairs, makes the count 1-2. Swings at that one and fouls it back out of play once more. One, two, bounces into the catcher, evens the count up. And so now Essig works his way back, and he's much more comfortable here than he might have been just 2 pitches ago. Jonathan Kreisa has worked a long night tonight, but he does come up big there as Essig goes fishing. And he is recorded on strikes. It looks like Essig thought he got a piece of the ball, but it will be a strikeout. Brings up Jackson Jones. That is the third strikeout of the evening for Jonathan Kreisa in now 6 1/3 innings. A nice pitch there is swung on and missed by Jones. And another big cut from Jones is swung on and missed again. So a nice start to the 7th here from Kreisa, who seemingly is just getting stronger as the night goes on. Popped up to the left side and just foul, about 2 strides in front of the left fielder Walker, who was trying to chase it down. Oh, 0-2 delivery here. Breaking ball taken for strike 3. Freezes him up. Back-to-back Ks for Kreisa, and there's 2 down here in the 7th. That brings up Grant Howard, and tonight Grant has been a very productive player. Singled and scored in the first, doubled and brought in a run in the 3rd, and then brought in a run with a sacrifice fly back in the 5th. So officially 2 for 2 with the sacrifice fly. And he'll take a pitch outside, 1-0. Sharply hit grounder, gloved by the 3rd baseman. Long throw across the diamond. And McDill makes the play, 5-3 in your scorebook, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, and we head to the 8th. A 9-0 lead for Junction City. Back in a moment on jcpost.com. Top of the 8th here from Rayford Field in Junction City. Junction City leading 9-0 over the Kansas City Monarchs as Tanner Martin steps back on the rubber and delivers a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Skipped away from Grant Howard, and the batter in the on-deck circle, Conrad Woolsey, scooped it up and tossed it his direction, but Grant wasn't looking, so it just bounced off of his helmet. Funny spectacle there. 1-0, misses outside, 2-0. The Kansas City offense has been virtually non-existent tonight after having been very pungent their last few games. The big hack there comes up empty from Timmy Walker. And the 2-1 misses up and in. As I mentioned earlier in this broadcast, the Monarchs hit 5 home runs in their last game against the Midwest A's. And the 3-1 taken for a strike on the inside half fills up the count. Payoff pitch here from Martin is smacked into center, but right at Thomas Spice Wagner, who makes the catch for out number 1. So as I'm looking back in my scorebook, it seems like a lot more have been consecutively retired than there have been. That makes now 8 in a row. But if you want to talk about facing the minimum, Junction City's faced the minimum for the last 4+ innings now after a double play that ended the 5th. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and Woolsey falls behind 0-2, and Tanner Martin just continues just working through this Kansas City offense. The 0-2 stays way upstairs. Tried to curve it down, but it just never broke. O2 pitch is in the dirt again, and sometimes it would appear that Tanner Martin just kind of overgrips that fastball and he just spikes it right into the turf. He brings quite a bit of velocity, but when he tries to add another 1 or 2 miles per hour on it, he just pulls it right into the turf. We'll see if he corrects it here. And he does, as Woolsey never had a chance. Well behind for strike 3. That'll be the second strikeout of the night for Tanner Martin. Brings up the leadoff hitter in Morgan Johan. Johan tonight is 0 for 3. He has lined out to third and grounded out to second twice. The second time was turned into a 4-6-3 double play. First pitch is a little bit low. Puts Morgan Johan ahead in the count here. Make it 2-0 now. Make it 3-0 as Martin has just missed low a couple of times here. He's been pretty solid over the last several innings since he's entered, but that is his first real slip-up. A 4-pitch walk to Johan with 2 outs. And it will bring up Alex Lahaski.
Hitting next is Alex Lahaski.
Left-hand hitter there. Steps up, trying to continue the inning. Looking for his first hit of the night. Another one low. So that's 5 straight misses for Martin. And make it 6 as that one is outside. So this is the second time in this outing that we've seen Martin struggle briefly with his command. However, the last time he got a ground ball double play to get him out of it after the first walk. We'll see how he attacks here. And finally he gets one over. It's 2-1. There are 2 down and a 9-run lead, so it's not like Martin has to feel any sort of pressure. Just needs to locate his pitches. 1-2 is popped, or excuse me, 2-1 is popped foul for the second strike. Martin comes set here, 2-2 delivery. Inside for ball 3. A nice play there by Howard to slide over to his right and glove that one. As it was low and in, it could have awarded Johan a second base. Runner goes, and that one will be just past the diving glove of Jay Stewart at second base, and it'll be a 2-out hit. And just the second hit of the night for the Kansas City Monarchs, but it brings up Fernando Esquivel, who has some home run power. He homered in the Monarchs last game. But Martin looks on into his catcher's glove, finds the pitch, and here it comes. Pop up, foul to the right side, but it will get out of play and crash off of the roof above us for a loud foul strike. Martin brings it to his chest, and now will fire the 0-1. Right at the knees for strike 2. Esquivel knew immediately right where that one was. I think he was looking for something different, but it was placed right in the zone. 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch will get away from Howard, back to the screen, and everyone will move up 90 feet on the wild pitch there. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and now a base hit from Esquivel could bring in 2. As there's still 4 outs to go in this game for the Monarchs. Ground ball over to third. Allman will glove and throw on to first. And the crisis is averted. A 5-3 putout ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We head now to the bottom of the 8th. A 9-0 lead for the Brigade. Back in a moment on jcpost.com. Welcome back to Raythard Field. Junction City leading 9-0 here in the bottom of the 8th as Dylan Waries will lead it off. One run could end it for the Brigade, as there is a 10-run rule after 7. Junction City has gone the last 2 innings scoreless. After Waries fouls that one off, it's 1-1. But Junction City walked off the Baldwin City Blues 17-7 on Saturday night. They trailed 5-0 entering the bottom of the first inning, but from there scored 10 runs over the next 3 innings. Waries lines out sharply to second base, and that will be the out that starts us off here in the bottom of the 8th.
Number 2, Jace Stewart.
That brings up Jace Stewart, and Jace tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. Has grounded out to short and struck out. But he golfs this one into center. But Johan has plenty of room. Ranges over to his right and makes the catch. That brings up Cade Graff with 2 down. Cade tonight is 0 for 3 with a walk. His last 3 at-bats have all amounted in the same outcome, as he's flown out to center 3 times, and now he pops out to first, and just like that, the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We head to the final frame in 60 seconds. Back in a moment on jcpost.com. Top of the 9th here in Junction City as the Brigade lead at 9-0 here over the Kansas City Monarchs. It'll be Cam Messerschmitt to lead off the inning here. Chandler Young, has come on. Now it's a pitch for the Brigade. He will try and close it out. Of course, this is not a save situation, but just wanting to get 3 outs and end the evening here as the Brigade have led the entire way. Scored 6 in the first, 1 in the third, and 2 in the 5th. But Young struggles to find his command to start off the inning and gives off a 4-pitch walk.
Hitting next, Ryan Dill. So
that brings up Ryan McDill, 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a strikeout tonight. And a strike delivered that time from Chandler Young. This Monarchs offense has been virtually non-existent tonight, just 2 hits. There's another one delivered on the outside corner, 0-2. And I keep harping on it, but this is a team that had 15-plus hits in their last outing and 5 home runs as a swing and a miss there on a check swing. McDill couldn't pull it back in time, and that will be a strikeout for the first out of the 9th inning. And now a ground ball up the middle could end the ball game. Danny Holmes up, and he is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Takes a pitch high and away. Carl Aikman is in line to get the win. Pitched 5 shutout innings, allowed just 1 hit. Struck out 4 and walked 3. And then Tanner Martin pitched 3 innings, struck out 2, walked 2, and allowed just 1 hit in his shutout duties. Next pitch is check swing, but a hold up, they say, in time. Makes it 3 balls and no strikes. And the 3-0 is in there for strike 1. A little bit up, but gets the call. And that one is right down Main Street, so it makes the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch here. Swung on and chopped to shortstop. Graff gloves, throws to second, on to first. In time, and the ball game is over. 6-4-3, and the Brigade win it 9-0.
Kansas City Monarchs led a score of 9-0 here.
And Junction City improves tonight to 18-8 on the season. The Brigade win it in dominating fashion, 9-0. The Monarchs fall to 4-6. Junction City stays on pace to be in the top 2 in the Mid-Plains League as the regular season wraps up in the next few days. The playoffs will start a week from tonight. If the Brigade are in the top 2, they will get a bye into the semifinal round. Should they fall to 3 or lower, then they would start play in the quarterfinals on Monday night. To run through it one final time here, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Kansas City Monarchs. Junction City, 9 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher tonight for Junction City was Carl Aikman. Carl went 5 innings of shutout ball. And again, he struck out 4 batters and walked 3, allowed just 1 hit. Tanner Martin goes 3 innings, strikes out 2, walks 1, and allows just 1 hit on no runs, while Chandler Young comes in and shuts out the Monarchs in the 9th. Strikes out 1, walks 1, and ends the ballgame. The loss tonight goes to Jonathan Kreisa, who allowed 9 runs, all of them earned. Strikes out 5, walks 3, allowed 1 home run on those 10 hits in his 8 innings pitched. Junction City again wins it tonight, 9-0 here over the Kansas City Monarchs, and that will wrap things up. Our next broadcast will be the first home game for the Brigade in the Mid-Plains League playoffs. Well, we do not know exactly when that will be, so you can stay tuned to our social medias for more information. You can follow me on Twitter at jbane87, that is JBANE87 for more information, and of course, always information posted at jcpost.com. For Junction City Post and my viewers back at home, I'm Jackson Schneider. That will wrap us up here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on jcpost.com.